15 could probably come forward a little bit. And that's working okay. So now let's go ahead and do the green one, and we have to wait until the green one is actually planted on the ground, which is at frame 12. Grab your reference box. Notice I'm switching off auto key so I can move this reference box and it won't animate. I'm just lining it up with the back of the heel. Grab the foot controls again. Make sure we've got them. Switch on your auto key. Go to frame 15. Looks like it can come back slightly. Frame 18. Slightly forward. 21. It's looking pretty good. And frame 24 can definitely come forward as well. Probably about there should do it. And then just don't forget to shift and drag 24 back to 0. Okay, so let's have a look at our walk cycle now. I'll go to a perspective view, come back and just see if we can sort of frame up our character here. And I might just hide some of these rig objects so we can really assess what's going on. So he's looking pretty good as far as foot slide goes. There's a minimal amount of foot slide there, but because he is a non-humanoid character, we can be forgiven a little bit. And of course your ground plane is probably not going to be as high detailed and contrast as this checkerboard. So I'll just come back slightly. And all up, he's looking pretty good. It's a nice walk cycle as far as matching our reference. I probably have accentuated the curve of the spine a little bit too much for this character. He's definitely walking very humanoid, and that's to be expected, I guess, given the reference that we used. But generally, he's pretty good. So, just in covering the basics here, the first step, always make sure you prepare your reference so that it's nice and usable, and you're going to be able to bring it into 3D Max, and it's going to have all of the elements you need. The second step is to make sure you set up the scene. You've got to make sure that your time is correct. Be very cautious about the frame rate of how you work, because if you don't set the frame rate correctly, later on you will not be able to just simply convert. All the keyframes won't perfectly sit on keys and or sit on frames, and you definitely cannot repair that damage. So always make sure you set your file up first. Go to the next step, which is blocking in the animation. Just lock it in hard and fast in lieu of doing a polish pass. And that, of course, is the next step where we go in and we fine-tune and polish the animation. We get the fingers right, we look at the trajectories, and we really try to smooth out the animation. You can also go into the curve editor